As I was scrolling business YouTube shorts, I found one of them that I kept coming back to for one reason or another.
I advise most business owners to take as much money out of the company as they can.
When I first heard that, I was profoundly confused. What do you mean by withdrawing everything and leaving the minimum amount that you need to be there? What about reinvesting back into the business and all of that type of stuff? And how much should you even reinvest back into the business in order to find out more stuff and learn more so you can get better, so you can make more money? You'd assume that the best route is take the bare minimum that you need from the business, preferably nothing if you're lucky enough to be living with parents or some other no expense situation, and then just put everything that you got back into buying more equipment, paying people so they can help you, and buying tools and software. That's what I've been doing after all, but the reason mentioned, it actually made more sense the more that I thought about it. If you've been doing it that way, i.e. pulling out everything that you can possibly can each month and then just doing whatever you want with it, then one, you've made a strong association between the amount of work that you put in and the amount of money that comes back out on the other end, i.e. the reward that you get from it. And on an every single month basis where you're just covering the expenses that you need to cover. 2, you're not just blinded by cash when you finally eventually pull some out of it, and so you can then get to think about how important something truly is for you and how much you're truly willing to pay for it. And after that, when you go with a more balanced approach, the capital that you do accumulate, you can make an accurate judgment on how much of a worthwhile investment that thing would actually be for you, because by that point, you've run your business and done all the specific parts of it so much and so often that you know what things actually matter in generating revenue and what things simply just do not and are more appearance-based or status or make yourself feel legitimate. But I still didn't know that properly then. Almost everything that I've ever bought with money from my business has been for some purpose towards the business itself. Whether that's the chair I'm sitting on, the headphones that I use while working, the freaking Kindle that I have for reading, or just the software tools that I actually work on. There isn't a single thing that I can point out and say, yeah, this was a completely selfish purchase that I made that has zero impact on the business that I run. And to be fair, there isn't anything I can drum up in my mind that I want and fits that bill. Like, I didn't travel anywhere, buy any absurdly priced cologne, accessories, and watches, and those are the things that I might like. Yeah, maybe I kind of have an interest in them. At least travel, that was the one time I did, was a pretty decent experience. But I still understood that I needed to tie things more intricately between the effort I put in and my business revenue, rather than just erratically buying stuff as soon as I got enough money past my reserves to do so. And that's when I found this book, Profit First. It was actually a pretty amazing read. It's a book that I generally recommend to anyone that's starting a new business because it just sets you up for success with some of the basics covered. The main ethos behind it is reversing the traditional idea that we have around accounting, where instead of it being sales minus expenses equals profit, you put the profit first. It's kind of like the idea of paying yourself first by putting, say, 20% of your personal income towards expenses, just the business format of it. Having sub-accounts for your expenses, your owner's pay, your profit, and then your tax account. In a way that actually makes sense for your own business. It has a lot of useful charts and guidelines depending on the size of your revenue and other factors that are dependent on your own role that can really help you out and set you up for success if you're really not sure about how much you should be allocating to different stuff. Because you need to realize that your business exists to serve you, not the other way around, which is the way that I've been doing it, and I don't think that it's been the best and brightest way to do it. All of us started our businesses because we wanted more money, or we wanted more freedom, or we wanted both. Not to be chained to it with every dollar going into it and leaving us back with nothing on the other end. I did that route and it led me to more often than not for a few months of being like, yeah, it doesn't matter, I'm not gonna get anything from it, it's all going back to the business anyways. But this way I can look to a proper income every month and a quarterly bonus, albeit one that starts out a little slow since I'm implementing this from scratch. So make sure that a portion of your revenue always comes back to you because it has to make sense for you after all. And with that, I'm gonna see you soon. Bye.